Good morning, everyone. Let's get this bread. So, to start the day out, we have core retail sales, unemployment claims. Actually, we just got them in 7 minutes ago. Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. Then more data coming in at 8:15. More data coming in. What we're really going to want to pay attention to, since we got most of the stuff that's going to be moving us throughout the day, it's going to be crude oil inventories at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have Janet Yellen speaking. Going on, looking at earnings. Today is a big one. All right, we have TSMC, Netflix, anything else? So yeah, we have them doing their earnings today, announcing their earnings today. Then tomorrow we got Procter and Gamble, American Express, some other banks. And then next week is a big one as well, so gear up for that. One, I'm watching Tesla on Wednesday. Going on, looking at the charts. Starting off looking at Tesla. On the 4 hour, Tesla is kind of down bad, but it's kind of at this close to an area of support. So from right here, if we go out on a weekly chart, we kind of have like what appears to be a double top formation, but we also have a strong trend. So kind of gearing up, looking at earnings for Tesla if you want to start kind of making your predictions. Should we break this trend line, we're probably coming for this 183 level. I mean, of course, we got to stop by this 200 level first and then this 193, but you would expect to come and retest this 183 level and really close out the double top. Going on, looking at the SPY, going back to a 4 hour. The SPY looks like we have another possible double top going on. Looking at the 4 hour chart, we just got the news. We had broken this trend to the downside, found support over at about 170 or 579 yesterday, and then kind of just bought up yesterday. And then we gapped up in the pre-market. And yeah, the gap is to about 582. So yeah, definitely don't try to go against the trend, but we have support up here at about 530 and kind of just wait and see how how everything comes down to it today. And we could consolidate up here. We have earnings today. We are going to continue to either keep pushing or stay up until we get bad news. So if we don't get any bad news, don't expect for us to come down. One thing I want to take a look at real quick. PCE call to put ratio looks like it's dropping again. So this is from yesterday. If we see the PCE open up down here, don't put it past them to sell this off. Now going on looking at SoFi. SoFi is one I wanted to call out. Yesterday, they broke this trend line I had. And yeah, now they're kind of up in the pre-market, but I could see them falling to this other trend line should they not just consolidate here. There is a gap to be filled down to this $9 area. So whenever it wants to come to it, it can come to it. But as of right now, that's there as well. Going on, looking at the Qs, once again, similar to the SPY. The SPY had more of a double top. This is still moving similarly, but regardless, it's not quite looking like a double top. It's looking like it's made some lower highs. We already broke this trend line up here. So now we could be looking at some kind of downtrend, kind of depending on how this looks. So there is a gap to be filled down to about $91. So beware of that. It's showing that we crossed up to the upside. So once again, we are bullish until we get bad news, until we get something that causes us to react to the downside. Going on, looking at Palantir sold off kind of hard yesterday. As of right now, I kind of have this trend line on the 1 hour they appear to be respecting. Let me extend that out. Should we get a break of this trend line, Palantir is go for upside, but as of right now, it is still trading below that. So just, hey, keep with the trend. Keep with the trend. Trade with the trend. The trend is your friend. Next up, we have Nvidia. Nvidia gapped up pretty big this morning, taking out the highs made earlier this week, pretty close to all-time highs, topping out at 140.29. It is possible we could see some resistance here, but Nvidia has definitely been here before. They came here once back in June, and on the weekly, we are kind of retesting that area. Maybe we try to take it out. Maybe it slaps us back down. Only time will tell. And last but not least, taking a look at the Dixie. The Dixie has kind of been on a run. If we look at it on a weekly chart, 3 straight weeks we've been running up. So typically you would expect some kind of pullback, but hey, we're still running. So things are kind of off from what they normally are. So be ready for some kind of sell-off, but also continue to trade with the trend. The trend is up right now, so continue to trade with it. In markets like this, a little can be used to make a lot. So try not to over leverage yourself, because right when you get comfortable with it going one way, they will take it and reverse it and put it the other way. That is your watch list for the day, family. Let's get this bread.